What it do, Cripple Crew? This is EDC with DBD, Disabled but Deadly, and welcome to another Stabby AF Saturdays. I'm glad y'all joining me. I hope y'all having a killer weekend so far. We've got a lot to talk about today. From another update on the tools for gents to your recall, to a surprise unboxing thanks to our sis Kelly White. Plus, I want to talk about what some of the wildest knives in your collection are. I'm going to start off at the top of the chat saying what's up to everybody, but first I got to give a shout out to Henry G, Marco, Ground Fog, Throat Goat, EDC, and Tristan. Projectiles are sharp for being the first 5 in the chat early. I appreciate y'all. Also, thank you to everybody who watches these lives on the replay. Even if you can't catch us live, it means a lot that you still check these out and see what we talked about. We're going to scroll up to the top of the chat now. And like I said, Henry G, Marco, Throat Goat, Ground Fog, Throat Goat, and Tristan were the first 5. Look at those badass emojis. Tristan is a member of Cripple Crew Inc. Ed freaking Durbin, member of Cripple Crew Inc., my brother. We got Mick F. Ranger, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, homie? William Horn Bossel, my man. Kelly, what's up, sis? She's kicking it on that horizontal side now. Good to see you. Baz, my brother from a Dutch mother, member of Cripple Crew Inc., dropping them badass emojis. Still scrolling. We got War Room EDC, the original member, the first ever paid member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, my brother? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Oh, also, this is a notice. If you are currently watching this stream and it is in a vertical format, you're only seeing part of the mat and very little of the chat. If you want to see the rest of the knives and kick it with the Cripple Crew, then you're going to want to hit that pinned comment for the link to the horizontal. Mo Patty, what's up, Trish? How are you today? Neil to the Mac, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, brother? Trio 4. What's going on? What it do? Scrolling. Clint F. Crosby. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Let's see. Still scrolling. What brand is your bug out bag? Well, Kanozin is what I'm rocking with nowadays. I need to do another video on that backpack. I kind of did one when I first got it, but I've carried it for like a year now. And I use the hell out of my Kanozin pack. You can save 10% at Kanozin with code DBD. But I love the pack. And then I also got a bag that I use a lot. I've never done a video on. And that's my Viperade modular sling bag. I really should do a video on that. I just realized I never have. And I carry that one more than anything because that's where my medication goes when I'm traveling. Oof. That's no bueno. Dr. DBD recommends busting out, taking some vitamin AD22. Get that full Tide 22 out and flick it. You'll feel better every time. Might not cure you, but you'll feel better. Kane Miranda, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up? Metal Relic Art, Remember Cripple Crew Wink? What it do, my brother? What it do? Don't forget, Crow code DBD saves you 15% on Metal Relics. Amazing site. Jim Cox, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's going on, brother? What it do? Scrolling. No, you the man, Trio 4. You the man. Mike John, good to see you again, man. I hope you're having a killer day. Also, I do want to wish everybody a very blessed, easy, wow. Let me try that again. I want to wish everybody a very blessed Easter weekend. Wow, I can't talk. A blessed Easter weekend. I'm not really here at your terrible imagination. Man, you're right. I got to start thinking better. I got to get better imagination. I didn't know Ed Durbin was the man of my dreams. I didn't like the Beatles and I don't like you. Thomas, blessed EDC. What's up, homie? Member of Cripple Crow Inc. What it do? BNA. Oh, they dropped it. Oh, we're clicking on that. BNA is the human cheat code. And his local shop, the Safe and Lock store, just dropped a brand new Spyderco exclusive. Oh, it's currently out of stock. I don't know if it's actually dropped yet, but it's on the website. We will take a look at that in a minute. Yeah, that thing is exciting. That's the first techno that I want. Mud, my brother, member of Cripple Crew Inc., dropping them badass emojis. What it do? Kane Miranda taking a nap. Roger that. We'll still be here, brother. I don't know if it's all gone or if it hasn't dropped yet. I can't remember the date it's supposed to drop. I'm sure Human Cheat Code can tell us. Mitten State EDC, I appreciate you popping in and stabbing that like button, Brian, even if you're out busy doing some errands. Much love, brother. Much love. Since we are talking about, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you, brother. Checking in from the west side. About wild knives today. I had to bust out a couple of my own, and today's pockets are the Devo Growler XL, 9 1/4 inches of BTFO. Also in the pockets, the Winterblade Factor B4. Such an insane knife. What's up, beekeeper? Stab that like button like it owed me money. Hell yeah, I see you're in the vertical side. If you want to get in the horizontal chat with the rest of the crew, the link is pinned. Sounds good, brother. Why, we'll looking forward to it. The Winterblade Factor B4 came from the Blade Aid waffle for our brother Blade Walker. I got to give a big shout out to Brian Winters, who donated this with 0 questions. These were sold out, and he had one left, and he donated it with no questions asked when he heard it was for Blade Walker. I got to give a shout out to Titanium Justin, because it was his idea to reach out to Brian Winters to see if he would donate. Got to give a shout out to the Jake, because he purchased the ticket that won the waffle, and he had purchased a ticket from Mr. Mouse, who I have to give a big thank you to, because Mr. Mouse DSKFS the win to me. And I've been unable to stop carrying it. It's dropping today. Okay. We are going to look at it. I want a TRM auto. Except hopefully Marianne is working with me to get one. Mike Jernak, what's up, homie? Good to see you. You know the pockets have a DBD Glideman. My first collab. I can't stop carrying it. Today it's the DLC. There are fewer than 10 satin variants remaining. The satin version comes out to $99 after code DBD. Not only $99. There's less than 10 of these left. And you can still get the DLC for $111 after code DBD. But you know, my collab is in the pockets. You know, I don't carry it, of course. Titanium Justin, not yet, homie. If you want to be able to see it better, I would pop to the horizontal chat. That link is pinned in the pinned comment, homie. I have not opened it yet. Just got a tenable accipiter today, like it so far. Hell yeah! All the cool kids hit the like button before the stream started. Also, baby homie BDB is about it on the Microsoft. Wow. Microtech SOCOM Elite Auto. Is 9 inches of organic ripping. And Evil Homie BDB digs it. And then in my left rear pocket today was the Spartan RC SHF 3 1/4 Stormwatch Edition. I see you in that horizontal side now, brother. Yeah. Yeah, the Stormwatch Edition. This was an awesome trade with our sis Kelly White. I love carrying this as my left-hand knife because it is, for a frame lock, the easiest, one of the easiest for me to actually work with my left hand. Frame locks in my left hand don't get along very well. I think I can reverse flick. I think I can keep my finger off the lock bar enough. Maybe not lefty, but it is very easy for me to actuate with my thumb left-handed, and it's so slim that it disappears in my back pocket. So this is my left-hand knife today. And of course, on the belt, we have a copy, my Aries EDC Bloomcliff. Serrated's going to come back this year, you think? Yeah, Microsoft blades would be interesting. You know, I'm not a huge fan of serrated at all. But I think it fits this knife perfectly. Because this is a knife made for damaging organic materials. This is a Beef Jerky Defender Deluxe. And so I'm down with the clown on the serrations on this one. But I can say I don't have any other serrated blades. Well over 100 knives. I don't have a count. But one serrated blade. And only 2 of all of those are tip down. One was a gift from Mrs. Deadly, and so it stays in the collection. And then this one that just arrived. I thought I was going to hate the tip down, but for this package, it makes sense and it feels good. Linux open source knife. Yeah, yay. You got 49 to upgrade the HRC protection on the mouse. Every time you try to open your knife, you have to close 4 pop-ups. A DDoS attack on the servers and you can't open your knife. One thing I will say, I am glad they didn't mess with a secondary lock on this. You guys know I don't like secondary locks. And I'm glad they didn't put one on this beast. Trish, an update every time you use it. Yeah, you have to wait for it to download and install the update. Yeah. You know, getting all them porn viruses and people taking over your knife. Trojan horse attacks on your knife. You go to use it, can't. Walking around, it pops open in your pocket because somebody's messing with it. It constantly resets itself when you try to use it. Yeah, you open it and it instantly closes itself. Sucks when roaming. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we don't need smart knives. They've already tried the smart pew thing. We don't need it. We don't need it. Viagra blade always come out. What's up, Claws and Steel? How you doing today? What it do? Ads are unbearable. Yeah, we just need smarter users. There you go. Every other knife works better, but yours is more expensive. What if I drop my knife again? Can't use in stormy weather. Roger that. We see what happened when they tried to make smart people. I'm a huge Ultim fan, Claws and Steel. That's why my first collab had to be Ultim. I have 27 Ultim knives, and I love Ultim gear. These 2 drivers come from CountyCom. This one stores 3 bits in the handle, and you can keep 1 in it. So I have a T6, a T8, a T10, and typically a second T8 in case I need to pull 1 out for the other side of the pivot. This driver here is the CountyCom TPK Precision Master Kit. So the driver comes with this awesome hard plastic case. This insert glows in the dark. When you open it up, it comes with 32 bits plus room for a total of 112 bits. You know, I've added bits to this to make sure that I have like 3 T6s with the kit, 3 T8s, T10s. But you get all kinds of bits with it. And for the Ultimate Edition, after code EDC with DBD, it's less than $40. For the Brass Edition, it's less than 50. And for the titanium edition, it's like $54 after code DBD or EDC with DBD. But the Ultim is my favorite. I love this driver. This thing will spin forever, but it's very comfortable to use. I really dig it. CountyCom has some of the dopest Ultim gear, period. And then this Ultim pin with the magnet clip comes from Waynerson EDC. They also do Ultim fidgets. They also have titanium gear like this money clip. That's in the description under the EDC gear zone, and code DBD saves 10% there. If you like Ultim, don't download the Dark Blade without protection. It says you have an incognito mode on your knife. You use that for dirty work, but find out that it still tracks everything you do. Full serrated K390. Ooh. Yeah, their glow stuff is awesome. So you already know. CountyCom offers some of the dopest stuff, whether you like glow in the dark, Ultim, carbon fiber, brass, copper, titanium. They got it. Coughing my brains out, but still keep smoking. Smart update didn't download on my side. Ron Crow. What it do, brother? Member Cripple Crew Inc. Holy crap. We got to grab two flags. Two flag, double flag salute because we are at 16 freaking months. From Mick Ranger as a member of Cripple Crew Inc. says, let's go, Cripple Crew. Much love with the badass emoji. Brother, I really appreciate your support. You are going to get an acoustic salute from the Winter Blade Factor along with your double flag salute. By the mic. Some of the coolest acoustics ever. Thank you so much for the support. 16 months, that's crazy, brother. And it means a lot to me. Truly appreciate you. Somebody got a good strength today. Yay, yay. Oh, where you headed, brother? And thank you for your service. Badass emojis dropping, showing support. Oh, no. Damn. Killing it, Ron Crow, too. Member for 15 months says, howdy. Hell yeah. You know what? How about a BB&M acoustic salute for you? By the mic. Really appreciate the support, Ron. Thank you. Means it really I say it, I know I repeat myself, but I don't know how else to tell you how much you guys mean to me. I'm going to let the puppers out real quick. We can chat while we're doing it. All right, you can go outside, Wiggles. Are you going out or are you staying in? You're going out too, buddy? Yeah, he says, go puppers. Come on, you can go outside. Good dogs. We are going to be cutting into that box from Kelly White here very shortly. War Room, of course, says no Ultim. More badass emojis showing support for all that Cripple Crew Inc. love. No, I did not see they had that at CountyCom, Gabe Harlan. I know I got to get it at One Moon. Good to see you. Still got some free shipping on the One Moon shop where you get actual artwork from a member of the community on some dope clothing. Sheila, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, sis? More badass emojis. Going to Fort Sill. Mrs. Deadly and I went to our first date on Fort Sill. After I met Mrs. Deadly, like the next morning, I went into the field for a week. And honestly, I thought she'd given me a fake number because after the area code, the prefix was 553. And you know, all the movies were 555. So I thought it was a fake number. I came back from the field after a week and called her for the first time. I was so happy when I actually got through to her. And she was like, "Hey, I was hoping you were going to call. I picked up tickets this week for a Tonic concert at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Do you want to go?" And she and I have been inseparable since. I was still stationed at Fort Hood. What do you do, brother? Badass emojis. Ooh, another OG. The very first member of Cripple Crew Inc. Says OG right there. Member for 16 months, my brother, War Room EDC. You know what? I know you a Chavez fan. We're going to give you a Chavez salute. No ultim for War Room. We'll do this by the mic. Woo! Thank you, brother, for the support. Truly. You know what you mean to me, brother. On the edge, EDC, what it do? Member Cripple Crew Inc. Good to see you, brother. I'm going to get caught up on these chats right quick. And then we will. Roger that, BNA. Talk to you later. Oh, crap. That's not what I was expecting, going to the artillery post. But I mean, obviously that's needed at every post. Wicked cool. Was stationed at Shepherd. Oh, gotcha. Just going to basic and then San Antonio for tech school. Okay, Roger. My son went to basic at Sill. We are caught up. Bluminati F and Ninja, another OG member, Cripple Crew Inc. What it do? You know what? Before we go ahead and do an unboxing, it's Easter weekend. Let's give away some memberships. So, Cripple Crew, say, well, Cripple Crew Inc., please welcome Cloud Dancer 86, Datus Outlaw, Slice and Poke, Don Kedick, and Steven's EDC Reviews. New members of Cripple Crew Inc., welcome to the crew. Glad to have you here. Oh, I love this. TRM Adam. Robert Jones, member Cripple Crew Inc. What's going on, homie? Good to see you. There we go. Dropping in badass emojis for the new members. We are going to share the screen real quick before we open the package. This is the Spyderco Techno Safe and Lock exclusive. LMAX and Dark Matter Fat Carbon. Oh, that is dope. That is some chunky fat carbon. And then, of course, you have a titanium frame lock. Wait, no. Is it? I don't think it's titanium. Let's see. Remarkable blade. Yeah, we know. handle, dark matter, fat carbon. Oh, it is a titanium scale on the reverse side. So titanium, dark matter, and LMAX. That is the coolest of the technos that I have seen. There we go. There's the titanium lock side. There's your fat carbon show side. And this one, I'm okay with fat carbon being used on because this is a Taiwan build. So I'm okay with Lithuanian fat carbon. Don't forget to stab that like, says Sheila. Yeah, I do love me some Spydercos. I hated them in the beginning, but they've absolutely grown on me. Fort Lost in the Woods for basic and AIT, Nuremberg, West Germany, and Fort Puke, Louisiana. Man. Germany, yeah. Lost in the Woods and Fort Puke? Nah. Robo! What it do, Robo? Great Southern Treadkill, what it do? Good to see y'all. I'm going to clear this screen. And while we're doing this, folks, if you want to send your cripple carry to my Instagram, I will be doing the Instagram carries after we do this unboxing. They're definitely selective on what they do. And they don't do them a ton, so it keeps it collectible. Miranda Keith, member Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, sis? What it do? ATB2. What it do, homie? Crossley's Workshop, member Cripple Crew Inc. What it do? What it do? Congratulations to Rolf Robertson on winning the Crossley's giveaway yesterday. That was dope. I always love seeing a homie get a win. To me, that's cooler than when I win, is when I see, longtime homies and supporters get wins. So yesterday, got dog hair all over it from setting it on the floor. Oh, my bad. There was still one more sticker on there. UPS trying to trick me and have me put out my address. Ooh! Illuminati Ninja! Gifting a membership to Cripple Crew Inc. Catch up chat on the studio side so I can see who that went to. Maybe. It's thinking about it. Any day. Why? I don't know why it's not. Oh, Claws and Steel obviously got it. I see the color change. Welcome to Cripple Crew Inc. Mrs. Deadly, sexiest member of Cripple Crew Inc. She's lurking today, but she can't chat. She got a lot going on today. Lone Star Dowboy carrying the K-Bar 8-inch fighting Tonto. Oh, and by the way, Illuminati Ninja, I forgot to do this. Thank you, brother Illuminati. I really appreciate you. We're going to do a Tenable Link acoustic salute. This is going to be definitely a top 10 budget knife of the year. Tenable Link by the mic. Thank you, brother Illuminati, for your constant support. Badass emojis. Ronald F. and Dobbins, member Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, brother? Hope you're having a killer day. Thank you, Mrs. Deadly. Slash that like button. Mallory Designs. Dylan Mallory. What's up, brethren? How you doing today? What it do? Oh, nice. Chavez kick stop bronze in my pocket today. Ooh, that's a badass knife. Gabe Harlan obviously has a knife coming in. Box showed up yesterday from our sis Kelly White, and I was asked not to open it until the live. We're going to back this camera up a little bit. And we are going to use our Razor Shark, a gift from my brother Boz Beast. We're going to use the Razor Shark to open this up. It's a freaking utility knife with a freaking shark lock. Like, what else do you need to say? It's just bad ass. Such a dope knife. Yeah, those kickstops, it's the time to get in on them. It's the time to get in on those kickstop Chavez. Chilling like a villain, currently waiting for the brain to get off autopilot. a good pre-game burn session can help. Got it, DLT. They had the exclusive color. That's awesome. All right. So I opened this from the bottom. And we've got a couple of things in here. Set the box out of the way. We're going to get... Kelly, should I get into the green envelope or should I get into the bubbles first? Not yet, brother. Not yet. You tell me what I should tear into first. We got 50 people in the chat right now. What it do, Cripple Crew? Stab that like button if you hadn't done it. Yeah, Robo said green first. Nope. I'm listening to Kelly. Kelly outranks you, Robo. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Yo! That is freaking sick. Look at that, crew. It says Cripple Crew, EDC with DBD, most deadly. And it's got me on it. That is awesome. Wow. That is so cool. Thank you to everybody involved. I'm going to read the note. I just opened what I was told to open first. Good to see you, Matt Conklin, member of Cripple Crew Inc. Cicero, member of Cripple Crew Inc. I had it with this pivot screw on my beef trying to upgrade the blade into the Dremel. This is so freaking awesome. That is just cool as hell. We are going to set this up. That bow, you know this bubble wrap is going to get reused. That's all. That's like gold right there. We're going to set this. We'll dial back in. And then we're going to look. DBD, appreciate all you did with the auction. Hope you like, from the Guardians. And man, Robin printed it and wouldn't take anything. That's awesome. Really appreciate that, Apex Carry. I do. Appreciate you. Every's EDC, what's up, Scott? What is up? And then we've got, check these out, crew. Oh, besides a couple of wicked Apex Carry stickers, check these out. Guardians of the Bladexy stickers. These came out so cool. And these will be going into giveaway packs. So we've got a bunch to go into upcoming giveaways. But these look so awesome. Again, big shout out to Brother Blue for the logo. Our sis Kelly put the order in for the stickers. Just phenomenal. We're going to put this, you know what, we got to leave one out. What am I doing? And thank you, Guardians. Thank you so much. Now, I can see some Kelly White paracord sticking out. Old school rocker Mama Lou, member of Cripple Crew Wing, dropping them badass emojis. She's lurking because she's working. She may not be able to chat much. So if she doesn't tag you, it's not because she doesn't love you. It's because she's busy. She got to get that work done. Oh, that is sick, Kelly. That is freaking sick. Oh, that's wild. Cripple Crew. We're going to start off here. A lot of you will know what this is. This is a, it's very new, so the spring is solid. This is a clip to put on one of your levers on your motorcycle for a get back whip. Chris Spanks, what's up? Look at all those badass emojis coming in. I love it. So we know it's going to be a motorcycle get back whip, right? Man, first off, that is some high quality paracord work. That is some high quality paracord work. And I love the colors. And then the end of a get back whip normally has something like this. You know, like the monkey fists from Kelly. Normally you get a little steel ball on the end of your whip. But that's for sissies. That would be for sissies. This is what I have on mine. Kelly, that is so amazingly sick. Thank you so much. That is absolutely wild. And I love it. That's just pure dope. Thank you, Kelly. I love it. That is absolute fire right there. And that can't have been easy. Look at that. That's some dope paracord work. So we got the sick get back whip. Like the dopest I've ever seen. The Guardians of the Blade XC stickers came in. And then we got the most deadly award. That is just too freaking cool. You got an 8-fist with a pull ball. Hell yeah, Ginger Fisher. Good to see you, homie. What it do? What it do? You do not want to know how long I fought with that. I truly appreciate it, Kelly. I really do. It's hella awesome. And that is such a cool award. I really appreciate you guys. All of the Guardians, Robin, and especially Kelly. Thank you so much, sis. I listened to her while she was making it. Let's just say I hope no one tries to order one. I'm guessing she was swearing worse than a sailor. Oh, that award is sick. That monkey fist is sick. Very much appreciated. Hang this real quick right here so it doesn't get dog hairy. Hang it on the safe for the moment. And we'll dial this back in. Thank you again, Kelly, Guardians, Robin, everybody. I appreciate you. Better believe it. The full wrap, have no issue with, especially after doing that one. And that one had to be even harder because you couldn't cover the whole ball. Right there, Clyde. Yeah, it does. That's the hard part. Yeah, trying to keep trying to tie it tight while still keeping the number exposed. I'm gonna put this right up here. Oh, that's really shiny right there. That's gonna be shiny everywhere, isn't it? Go like that. It's less shiny. So now it's time to take a look at some Instagram pockets. That's for show. Throw some more knives on the table. And then we are also going to talk a bit about what's going on with the Tuya situation and tools for gents. Let's just say it has not smoothed out. It has not mellowed out. The situation has not resolved. Do that part of it around the tube, then slide it off in the ball, tighten it. Yeah, it sounds like a pain in the butt. Getting update photos followed by explicit language. Man, yeah, definitely drop those badass emojis showing Kelly how awesome that was. Did Kelly drop the F-bomb? Oh, I'm sure she found multiple ways of using the F-bomb. She was getting into all the versatility that word provides. On more than 10 occasions. I'm getting the Instagram carries pulled up. Jason Cox, our homeboy, he got in, picked up one of the American Blade Slipboard Choice frag tie knife. Oh, that's sick, Ron Dobbins. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. The Vertilock Excalibur, Jason Cox is absolutely in love with this knife. Should have made a trucker blush. Miranda Keith, rocking that beautiful Manix 2. We've got I can never remember if that's the cog or the ship. That's the cog. It does. Says it right there. That's the cog that she got from the Illuminati auction. That's done by our homeboy Burkle Cerakote. Got that Arkfeld. Yay. I don't know if that's yes, it is. All right. Oh, these things are so cool. I need one of these when I go to Blade Show. ABW slip joint. Kaiser. And then we got the Tactile Knives Maverick. Nice slip for that AB dub. Is that the Jackalope? There's Williams Monkey Fist. Nice. Got that DVD Glideman and showing his lanyards off. Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to get another one. I don't know what happened to my little guy. Jim Miller got that Hogue Deca with some wicked scales. Kubi Dust Devil and the beautiful new Jack Wolf with that awesome Fight Parade pouch. Love to see it. The cripple carry is always loaded. Boss Beast with his Sharklock collection. Look at those Demcos from top. We've got an 80-20.5 with the Shark Foot. We have a Blade HQ exclusive Shark Cub with the Shark Foot blade. We have an AD20 USA made clip point. AD22, the newest, baddest, most wickedest of the shark locks. Full tie, a full tie nano shark, the razor shark, and another shark cup with the slicer blade. Beautiful, beautiful shark lock collection. Your Dimco collection has really exploded since you cut the dead weight. Yeah, you're gonna love that thing, man. Tools for gents. That would be the lock style that you'd go with. Fist Labs. What's up, homie? Appreciate you popping in. He's in the vertical side right now. He's probably not going to be able to tag everybody because she, my bad. He is at work right now. He is in that vertical stream. So if you're not seeing him, that's why. Member of Cripple Crew Inc. Yeah, George Carlin, man. I really miss George Carlin. I missed him so much. Have a killer day, Jesse. Might possibly be getting a Kunwu Pulsar in accident. Putting your card on Blade HQ was looking to use Sezzle and it went through. Oh, ouch. Well, I hope you love it. That's for sure. Oh, there you are. Now you're in that horizontal. Yeah. Yeah, the little Jesus are awesome. I'm gonna put that out. So when we took the Deadly Daughter to look at colleges, there was a fair from a lot of the different clubs at the school that she is going to. And as we were going through that fair, going through the different clubs, there was one of the clubs that made these crosses, and they give them out. They make thousands of them a year and pass them out. And I was able to grab 3 of them. War Room has one, and Tristan has one. Jim freaking Miller, brother, thank you. $10 super chat says, what it do, bro? Straightening up the shop. Really appreciate you, brother. You can get, or you will receive a TRM Adam Mike Irie Custom acoustic salute by the mic. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That stuff really does help. I really appreciate it. Long enough to be lavish with gifts. Have to check, but I've probably handed out over 1,000. Dang, that's awesome. Yo, thank you, Jim Miller. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Yeah, that really is awesome, William. I agree. The one that I had in Mrs. Deadly's Jeep for quite a while, it's probably still in there. I just got to find him. We were on a road trip. I don't even remember where we were. We stopped for gas. It might have been Utah. And I looked at the top of the pump, and there was a little Jesus sitting there, and he's been our road trip homie ever since. I just think he fell, and I got to find him. Ronald Dobbins with the $2 super chat says, hit that thumbs up, everyone. DBD, we love you. Thank you. You know I love you guys too a lot. Need to send an order to professional done. Yeah, Chris is awesome. Ron, thank you, brother. How about a DVD Glideman acoustic salute? I appreciate you, brother. These are still available. My first collab, and you can still get them. Yes, 3 1/4 inch. Comes out to just barely over 7 inch. It's definitely, smaller than the others. Still, there we go. Still plenty big enough to get a full 4-finger grip, and the jimping on the frame really helps to lock you in. Very comfortable knife. Jim is lurking. Internet's twerking. Yeah, this 3 1/4 inch is a fantastic EDC knife that still has that fighting knife feel that you would expect from a Spartan. And, still insanely strong. Just a fantastic knife. This would currently, I get asked, what's my most expensive knife? This would be my most expensive knife currently, though I didn't pay for it. I did trade 2 knives that I paid for to get it. But yeah, wicked cool. I like it. I wanted to check out a Spartan. When she said it was a smaller one, I was leery, but I still wanted to see it. And I really like it as an EDC knife. I carry it often as my left-hand knife. Take it easy, Mud. Have a killer day. See you later this afternoon. I'm going to let the dogs back in. And while I walk, I'm going to talk a little bit about Tuya and tools for gents. And then I have a statement from TFG that I can share. So, after more communication since this exploded last week, TFG made the decision last night to go ahead and go through with the recall on all of the Queen Anne's Revenge. They are even more convinced than ever that what they have is not M390 in those blades. I'm going to read the statement that they emailed out and that Richard sent to me. Let me pull it up. And I do got to say, let me scroll. Make sure I'm showing what I can show. All right. So, what they said is that over the past months, there's been a lot of discussion around this topic. We would like to therefore present a clear and transparent timeline. In July 25, we initially received an assessment based on spectral analysis, suggesting that the material could be M390. That is a mistranslation. I believe he was suggesting that the material was not M390, but could be, is the way that it came out in the translation. As this matter is important to us, we continue to investigate further. By the end of July, it became clear that additional analysis would be required. In August, we received a more definitive assessment following further evaluation. The measured nitrogen content shows a clear deviation from Bowler M390 microclean specifications. At the same time, they repeatedly contacted Tuya, requested verifiable batch-specific documentation, never been provided to this day. Why the recall is happening now? Following the August findings, we initially sought dialogue, attempted to resolve the matter with Tuya. There were several discussions, including in person. During these discussions, no traceable documentation could be provided. At the same time, products remained in circulation. Based on this, we've decided to take an action. We have initiated a recall because under the circumstances, we cannot possibly continue to sell or responsibly continue selling. Decision not directed at individuals, but based solely on available technical information and lack of verifiable documentation. We stand for transparency and traceability, even when such decisions are not easy from a business perspective. At the same time, this case highlights how important clear and verifiable origin documentation is throughout the entire supply chain. I'm not going to share those because I was asked not to. All right, that's what what I can share for the moment. But we are also going to look at One Moon's pictures. First off, of the fixies he's working on, as well as the Artisan Accelerator and Tack Knife Warranty, like that pic. And then look at that beautiful Aussie. Such a good looking bumper. Don't forget, you can send your cripple carry or cripple critter pics to my Instagram if you want to share. Seeing people take responsibility for the steel of being off is awesome. I kind of think someone should have done this when 95% of the knives had severe lock failure instead of running them out on YouTube. Yeah. Welcome back, Brian. Hey, D. Fitty, member of Cripple Crew Inc. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Now, it can be difficult when we're trying to get this information and share it with you guys. Oh yeah, Gabe Harlan. It's very much like a reporter. You know, to get this information, I have to find a source and, you know, build a relationship with that source. And just like a reporter, if I'm asked to keep certain things off the record to maintain the relationship, I have to. So that's why I didn't share the email screenshots that you saw when I had the message up. I still can't say. I mean, I have no definitive proof one way or the other, TFG or Tuya. I can say that I've seen a lot of communication, and it's just shocking to me that they couldn't provide any batch verification that this was M390, and that they didn't just tell TFG to pick a lab and they could send a few of them to him to have them tested. This would have been over with independent testing. But I'm not impressed with the way this has been handled from the Tuya side. I have seen and been in I've seen some of the communications. I've been in communication with Richard, and Richard tried for nearly a year, 9 months, to get this information before he made this public. And he made this public because of the Bark River situation. That's why he decided to go public with this. Since then, he's been attacked. He's been called a liar. I don't understand the way Tuya has handled this situation at all. And I also absolutely believe that TFG is not going to risk the hit to their pocketbook and their reputation to do something like this unless they were pretty darn sure. One, they have to pay for full refunds on the knives they're recalling. So they're going to have to pay everybody back that sends those knives in. Two, they know that it hurts confidence in other products that they are still trying to sell. So they knew it was going to cost them money, and they knew it was going to cost confidence. They also know the massive hit their reputation is going to take if it comes out that all the blades were M390. Tuya was right the whole time, and TFG made a big stink out of nothing. This wasn't a decision that TFG came to lightly or in the spur of the moment or because he was butthurt with a single person. You know, this is a business decision that they made, and they wouldn't have made this decision and taken on the risk without damn good reason. It's Dog One, member of Cripple Crow Inc. What it do? Don't forget Crow, if you ain't sent your Cripple Carry pictures or Cripple Critter pictures, now would be a fantastic time to take a look at those. I want to know what the Cripple Crew is carrying, and I also what your wildest knives in your collection are. All these different brand names and steel names is starting to hurt my little noggin. Yeah, Ill Knives, what's up, homie? Since everybody's scamming us, we should just save money and buy clones. I don't own any Tuya or Bark River. I don't either. I understand 8050 because I agree. So what 8050 said is it brings up another big question. We have a bunch of YouTubers who have had their signature knives made by Tuya and now puts their knives in question. Can we trust anything by Tuya? I can speak to this. I know another retailer who is now questioning Tuya's S90V as well. And is thinking about recalling a knife that they sold in S90V. I also know that I feel for all of our brethren who just had knives made by him, and I know that this hurts confidence. But I also know a couple of people who have recently pulled designs from Tuya because of this. Not because they know, but because there's a chance, and they also know that dropping the knife right now, nobody's going to buy it because everybody's going to be like, "Is it really S90V?" So it's tough. It's tough because you want to support our YouTube brethren, like BEEDC right here on the Guardians. The Tuya B Sexy is still one of the most pants tightening knives I've gotten to review in the last couple of months. I love that knife. Carrying the Radial Vanax Rosie. Damn. We'll take a look at that, brother. Can we trust any knife maker? I'd absolutely agree. I think that going forward, that's where we need to start, is steel batch certificates posted for each run of knives. You're right. It can be faked, especially in this day of AI, but it should be the simplest are the easiest thing for them to produce. If they can't, that's a big red flag. Dude, that Be Sexy is amazing. I love the Be Sexy. I want to be sexy. Still, right now, even with the drama, I want the Tuya be sexy. And speaking of drama, Cripple Crew, I hope y'all know that I'm sharing this information and the story about Tuya and TFG, not because I'm trying to stir up crap, but because we are trying to push for more transparency. We need more transparency so that we know that what we're paying for is oh no, we'll still need independent HRC testing. Absolutely. And I think all manufacturers should be working with a lab like Taylor Hardness on their models. I forgot what I was saying before that. But I'm not just trying to stir drama, but we need to know if we're being scammed. Now, one of the ones that I know folks have some concerns about, because it's a new brand. And this is going to be, all new brands are going to have this cloud a little bit. Yeah, that would have been dope. Yeah, I know he was recording more today. You just got to get there before the rain starts. It's okay to get rained on going home from work. You just don't like to be at work wet. Ignorant defraud steals that will burn a company down forever. Yes. I want to mention that I know a company that people have had concerns about is GeoKnife. Because they're new, because they're working with a lot of M390, and because their initial launch offerings were loss leaders. 100%, Sheila. So, like, I was talking to some people today, and I said, my knife use, I can 100% get by just fine on D2, on 14C28N, 154CM. They do everything I need a knife to do. But if I'm paying for a super steel, that's what I want in the freaking knife. Not because I have to have it for my use. I don't have to have MagnaCut or M390 or 20CV or S90V. I don't have to have any of those. But I want them. And if I'm advertised those, I need to get what I pay for. That's my problem. Now, this one here, that's so California conservative. That's why I don't worry about Geo. So Geo is definitely trying to push themselves as their own brand. It's a relative of the owner of Kubi. They are being made in the Kubi factory. And the reason they were able to do such low prices in the beginning, one, they were pricing them as loss leaders to get the name out, but two, because they were using Kubi's established processes. Yes, it's because to get their name out, they were doing loss leaders. They wanted to get knives in hands, and the best way to do that is to sell them really cheap if people don't know your name. But now they're pricing at You know, better prices. I mean, prices that you would expect for the materials. Like with the discount code, this Nox's, which truly is the best crossbar action, the best crossbar detent I've ever felt. This, with a full tie build, M390, is coming in at 207 after discount code. So still fair, more in line with what you would expect. But the reason I am not tripping on Geoknives steel specifically is because I trust Kubi. They won't admit that they are part of Kubi, but you could tell from the way they're made. You could tell from their initial website. It was just an extension of the Kubi website. But these are made in the same factory. These are made by Kubi. Just designs under a different brand, who is a relative. And I love this design by Fabs to Run. Loss leaders are a way that a lot of new companies get products out. And so we weren't getting that pricing because it was bunk steel. We were getting that pricing so they could get their name out. And because they were saving money being able to use all of Kubi's established stuff. Sharp Obsession, Big Chip, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Dale Sugar Free Lane, member Cripple Crew Wink. What it do? Yes, when they were like $69 for Ultim and the M390 on the Elemental, I should have grabbed one. I absolutely should have grabbed one. Kubi does have its own factory. It is one of the large ones over there that does have its own factory. And yeah, there's truly only a few massive factories and a lot of sub brands within those factories. But Kubi, KB, they do have their own facilities. I'm coming, dogs. You want out? Okay, I'm coming. Oh, for yourself. I hear you, buddy. You see me walking. The acoustics on this Nox's are sick. You trust what Jane Khan tells you about which manufacturers are which? No. I trust several people that I know who have been there. That's the thing. I know people who have been there. I've talked to multiple people who have been there as recently as 2 months ago. That's why I can be confident in some of that. No, I trust nothing that I am told specifically coming out of China. I mean, I don't trust anything I'm told on the internet. But at some point, you know, the thing is, I have built relationships with people who I do trust, who don't live in China, and who have traveled to the factories specifically. That's why I can that's why I can say that about Kubi with confidence, and Geo. I have not been. I just have homies who have. Like I said, one of my homies just checked out. I didn't say, I said, like I said, I didn't actually say this earlier, but one of my homies just recently traveled over there and went to like 4 different factories. And I think it was December. Might have been January. So that was also, yeah, Vu also just got back. Vu is another one that I talk to and trust. Vu is fantastic people. I did not know until just, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months ago, that Katsu is doing, if not all of, the North Mountain Blade OEM work. Justin Polly, what it do? Remember Cripple Crew Wink? Good to see you, homie. Chicken fried steak. What's up? We're talking about companies not being able to trust the steel always. Well, that's not even how I should phrase it. We're talking about the ongoing situation between Tools for Gents and Tuya. And then we were just talking about how there's only a few major manufacturers over there in China. And there's a lot of sub-brands coming out of those factories. Trust? He doesn't have to. As long as he is paid, I reckon. Yay. But yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I never thought that North Mountain Blade was doing their own OEM work. But I didn't know that it was Katsu doing it. The reality is that most brands made in Asia are coming out of a handful of factories. Absolutely. And as the market has exploded, a lot of sub brands have popped up out of those factories. Now, one thing that it helps is the YouTube community. For one, there's a lot of content for you guys because there's a lot of knives coming out. 2, it helps us as knife reviewers for content, especially if you have a relation. Internet's really messing around today, but I'm always honest about where a knife came from with you guys and how much I've actually carried and used it. And if it's something that I'm, if it's a pass around that I can't. I love the BB&M, man. Dwayne Dwyer and North Mountain Blade killed it. I used to want a Strider just as part of the collection because, it's such an iconic shape, even though I don't like the stolen valor of the owner. But when North Mountain Blade worked with Dwayne Dwyer and came out with a better version, this made me happy. Now I want the DLC 3V version. But it's more comfortable than the Striders with this nice curvature to it. And from people that I've talked to that have both, the action, the lockup, the lack of lock stick, everything is better quality on the BB&M for a fraction of the price of a Strider. I highly recommend this as a wicked hard use knife that looks beautiful. Like, it is strong. They fantastic build. They killed it. And code DBD saves like over $30. Yeah, feels great in the hand. Very well built. Yeah, 6-leaf and 2, son. They're the same. Like Public Enemy says, they got me looking for the steel. Like, compared to what? It's not a 3-ounce knife, but it's not a heavy knife either. It's an easy carry for me. As far as an overbuilt frame lock chunky boy, it definitely isn't too heavy, and it's well balanced right there. It feels just fine in pocket. I mean, if you carry overbuilt knives, the weight on this is not going to be heavy at all. Glideman feels great in the pocket. Yay, yay, yay. I love it. I love hearing that you guys love the Glideman in the pocket. And this is a much lighter knife. Oh, show. Still available, crew. You can still get my first collab in DLC, or fewer than 10 remaining of the satin variants. There's less than 10 of these, and this one comes in at only $99 after code DBD. Rick's Knives, member Cripple Crew Wink, says, what's up, DBD and crew? Can't stay. Want to say, hey, smash the like button. See, I'm just in time for a knife drop. Yep, just in time. Appreciate you popping in, stabbing that like button. Thank you, my brother. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Have a blessed Easter. Yeah, same factory. Steel designs, stuff like that happens, sure. DBD pocketbook. Yeah, only $99. Less than 10 available. Code DBD. Look at that badass logo. Bear Monster really did a phenomenal job with this. And I can't wait to see the protos of our next collab. It's going to be sick. I can't wait. But we are only doing the one run of the DBD Glideman in Ultim. We're not going to run Ultim Glideman ever again. Not in this configuration, at least. There may be Ultim on a Glideman in the future as an option, but we will never do another one like this. We did a limited run of only 250 total. When they're gone, they're gone. Well, that's good, she. I don't know why the internet's being such a jerk today. It was just fine Thursday. I can't wait until we can get fiber in this location. It's supposed to happen any month. They're supposed to be coming to where we can get them here. And I would love to have fiber because Spectrum internet sucks. Obvious says we're doing it again. Robo mode. Come on. I don't like to be Robo DVD. We just had a 3-hour live the other day without drama. Heard somewhere there's some really cool pics of that knife somewhere. There could be. I think you should, Sheila, but of course, that's just me. Let me share something. Oh yeah, and we have some Instagram to catch up on. First though, I am pulling up some pictures of the Glideman. Except my internet doesn't seem to want to find at the moment my Instagram. There we go. I was being a real pain in the ass. It was like, nah, you can't look at the stuff today. I want to share some of the awesome pictures. You got 2 gig fiber from Bluepick. Ooh, nice. I definitely personally believe that this is the best version of the Glideman. I have the original. I have the CP. I have a and I can tell you, you can absolutely feel a difference in this versus the OG Glideman or even the CP. This is the best Glideman they've made yet. Now we're going to look at these pictures. I love that shot. This is a Hank that's from a picture that Ed took. That's how clear it is. He was able to print that clear on a Hank. Beautiful shots of the DBD Glideman. This is one of my favorites. Got the Hellraiser cube. Love it. Puzzle box. Beautiful shots, Ed. This shot right here showing the milling on the Ultim is I love that shot. Pardon me. We also have Ed's 2 Sun Maverick. It's such a dope knife. Oh, this is the giant mouse that our homeboy on the edge is selling. Oh, look at the cripple critters. Look at the crossly cripple critters. Oh, so happy puppies. I love the puppies. We got the T-Cal, we got the Rosecraft, we got the Sack, we got the Nuck, we got the Power Pint, Woobin X4, we got the Happy Meal or the McDonald's watch. I love it. Sneak. Oh, first we got to see that. Yeah, I love the Shepherds. The young guy not popped up. He's going to be huge. Look at the size of that ear. That's what's taking this one a while to pop. That's going to be a big old doggy. I love his color. The color of that face is so awesome. And he is not. I know it looks like it. Oh, you know I love me some pitties. Look at that Brindle. Oh no. I love his face. I love his face. Hey, buddy. And then there's that Brindle pitty. Oh, that's a pretty pup. That's a beautiful pup. My dear white German Shepherd, a couple of them. Is that what this is? Looks similar. Oh, and another happy puppy. This looks like an older one-eyed puppy. I love it. I love it. Love the cripple critters. Yes, one more time. That face just makes you smile, folks. Love sharing the cripple critters. Hell yeah, Sheila. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I hope you used code DBD to save yourself some money. Gareth, my brother from a South African mother. What's going on? What's going on? He's on his phone. He can't tag everybody, but he loves y'all. Dwayne F. and Letterman, what's up? Yo, I think Martinez just got the new Over Yonder from Civivi. Definitely improvement over the original. Yeah, the original was just too small for me. But yeah, look at the good boys. I see you're in the vertical chat right now, homie. If you would like to see the whole screen and talk with the rest of the crew, the pinned comment has a link. One. Man, they truly, truly nailed the ultim that I wanted on this. The high polished, diagonally milled, and then micro milled. All corners perfectly rounded. Stop it, internet. You're pissing me off. But yeah, Fair Monster / Wixco really drilled exactly what I wanted in this knife. And I couldn't be happier. Hell of a Hanks. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, I've been really happy with the way that they have highlighted this. I was surprised when, it was the landing page on their website. Found the horizontal, yay, yay, yay. Yeah, I realized that after I looked over by the door and saw the face on the blacked out face. And I remembered that was the younger one. I figured it was just the way that the other one was posing, why his ear was flapped like that. Puppies are all rescues. Hell yeah. Great pups. Yes. I really think so, Sheila. I'm so excited to see what you say about it. Ooh, we got another picture. Got the DLC Glideman with the purple and gold lanyard. Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. I also saw pictures. Homie, trying to remember which one of you picked up a titanium honeycomb clip from RGT. It's got a honeycomb to go with the honey color. And that's going to be sick. They just needed to get along a different screw for it. I can't remember who showed me that. I feel bad. Steve L, member of Cripple Crew Inc. Thank you, SA. I'm glad to hear. It really means a lot to me to hear stuff like that about it. And it does have the wire clip. We're going to look at more pictures in a moment. And then the thing, how it is stock, but the Spyderco wire replacement clip from Lynch Northwest fits it perfectly. or you can get replacement clips from RGT, but very easy to throw a tie clip on it if you want. All of the creative finishes that everybody does, you can really dial in what you want your pocket clip to be. Like, I mean, just Lynch Northwest has so many different options for finishes. Plus, this will also take the 2-piece modular wire replacement clip offer. RGT also offers Spyderco wire replacement clips that work. So you can rock a wire clip, which they work fantastic. I like wire clips quite a bit. I'm going to put this wire clip on my on my Spyderco for the moment. The one that I just took the other wire. See, man, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the internet problems today. I know it's probably getting annoying, but know that I love y'all for hanging around. There we go. Just throw that on the Spyderco for the moment. And now, whoop, I was trying to hit a liner lock. And now, got a Lynch Northwest deep carry clip on the Glideman. Oh, that's dope, homie. Crippled max headroom today. Yeah. Only have 2 knives with the wire clip. Really like them. Yeah, the wire clips work really well. I don't like a thin wire clip that bends really easy, but other than that, most of them are really good. Oh, that's dope. We're going to take a look at some more Instagram shots now. First, we got Ginger Fisher's dog. Hi, dog. Dude, that's really cool. That's a dope tortoise. I love the legs, man. The horny legs look so cool. Man, your dog looks really weird. That's awesome. Clint Crosby rocking that awesome concept dissipator and happy Bobby. Like, why are you taking my picture? You should be petting. I'm not here for your amusement. AD Fitty. Oh, look, that's an awesome shot with the T-Kel and the kitty's head turned upside down. That's a killer shot. The T-Kel C-Dub folder. Ooh. The wife got a sick Dream Tech. Done by way of knife. Is that Stranger Things? I don't recognize it, but I think that is. My daughter was a huge Stranger Things fan. I think that's a Stranger Things Dream Tech. Wicked cool. And man, that's an ugly dog, Gareth. That's one ugly dog. That's a good sized fish. That's a good sized fish. 78 centimeters. I don't know what that is in real numbers. Wicked cool. You won a competition with it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, no, it was supernatural. Okay, I thought so. When I first saw the two guys, I was like, I was thinking Blues Brothers until I looked at the faces. I'm like, oh, never mind. You won your first fishing competition. That's awesome, brother. Really awesome. Happy birthday, by the way. 30 inches. Roger that. Yeah, DreamTech. DreamTech makes some really nice stuff. Um, DreamTech is the one who did one of my favorite knives from last year. The Defcon Cardington by Bladed Ginger. This leverage lock is DreamTech's patented leverage lock. Push the button, liner goes out of the way. To me, I've handled pivot locks from 6 or 7 companies and multiples from some of those companies. And this is the best feeling pivot lock that I have handled. That's a DreamTech. Yeah, that's one that they did, and it's phenomenal. Fantastic knife, minus the gigantic billboarding. Yeah, this thing feels so good. Solid AF. Fantastic detent. DreamTech does some cool stuff. I also have a very special DreamTech. Yeah, the H2O. I thought Artisan was doing the H2O. Maybe I'm misthinking. Vikings EDC, what's up? Good to see you. This is a DreamTech knife that was gifted to me by homie Projectiles Are Sharp. He gave these to his groomsmen, and I got one as an honorary groomsman when he got married last year. This one is very special to me, even if they messed up the name on it. They did EDC or EEGC with DBD instead of EDC, but that's okay. It's like a baseball card misprint, and this is a knife that's very special to me as an honorary groomsman knife. I really, really appreciate this. DreamTech. Yeah, this one here is a Defcon Cardington, but DreamTech was the OEM. And I really, really dig this knife. Every con carry. I was thinking it was like even Gimp's carry. Even Gimp's carry with DBD. Hey, it actually fits if you've got the Gleitman. Even Gimp's carry with DBD. Ting. Ting. Oh, I love this thing. Exquisite gentleman's cutlery. There you go. I love that sound. Ting. And talk about a thin and slicey edge. This factor is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. This thing still trips me out. The Meteor Knives Reaper. Such a big beast. Or every girl's crying. Yeah, this is definitely a laser. The edge on it is so, it's just so, that full flat grind is phenomenal. It gets very thin. Another one with a great edge is, whoop, that was my hitting the choil, is the Noxes. You can draw with it, do curly cues if you hit the paper right. One that isn't quite as slicey from the factory. And I'm really thinking that they are not quite dialed in on how to sharpen that blade. The sharpening choil is great. The edge is even, but it's not, it has a good working edge. It's just not crazy slicey. It's a little thicker behind the edge. See if we can get it up here. I can't get that angle right, but like it will slice if I hit it. It's just, it definitely could be sharper. And that leads me to think that they're not quite yet dialed in on sharpening such a crazy blade. But I do think this XW42 would be screaming sharp if I send this to somebody like Boston Blade Works. I think Boston Blade Works could put an insane edge on that. I do not have an amphibian to compare it to yet. I would love to borrow an amphibian from somebody in the Cripple Crew and compare it to, and then send this to them to check out afterwards so they can compare it. But I really want to see the difference in the slide lock versus Microtech's ram lock. Demco 8020's Copus has a bit of wonky edges in the recurve. You know, it's not, in the inside of a recurve is not that easy to do on a factory production level. When you have somebody doing fast edges on 50, the Reaper is Meteor Knives. And this big beast comes out to $132 after code DBD. For that, you get some very, very well EI. It's contoured, milled very well. Oh, got it up. One sec. We got color. We're gonna have to reset the counter. It wasn't even this one that got me, I don't think, but I gotta grab a blade. One sec. Yep. YouTube doesn't like color. Let me where did, oh, there we go. Since it happened on, we got to do the bright ass Bucky Band-Aid. I'm pretty sure it was the Winter Blade Factor. I felt it kind of, my finger was in the way. It just took a minute. So now we get to rock the bright Bucky Band-Aid. We do. I just don't like big branding on my blades. I don't. It's not something that would disqualify me from carrying a knife. Like, I carry the crap and use this knife, even with the big billboarding on it. I just prefer not to see that on a blade. That just, besides the awesome Ultim, you get a titanium. Come on, internet, stop. Well, don't stop. I mean, just work. You get a titanium backspacer that goes pretty much all the way up to the slide lock. You get a titanium deep carry clip. It's not reversible. That is one thing I hold against it. And titanium studs with this super strong slide lock. I think they're providing a lot here. I'd have to take a look again, Ron Dobbins. I'd have to take a look again. He says, I don't want it. Catching up. Now we got the Band-Aid on. Don't mind small billboarding, but not a fan of big. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I know they do it on everything, but this is probably the thing that bugs me the most about Microtech is all of the billboarding. Now, this clip doesn't have as many clips do, but you know, I get that they do it on everything, but that's ugly to me. Doesn't mean I don't carry this knife. It's just that billboarding is ugly to me. But this blade, whoo, this blade is wicked. Yeah, it's too much on the blade for sure. Like, look how much better that side of the blade looks than that. That just looks clean. Yeah, I agree. Cool knife. It's not one that I would have bought. I never would have purchased this knife. Now that I won this one on Instagram, now that I have this, I really want the ram lock SOCOM. I want the automatic, the manual SOCOM with thumb studs and the ram lock. I would much prefer that to this one, but this is such a wicked cool knife. I didn't think I would like the form factor, but it really is perfect for the purpose this is built for. And it's more comfortable than it looks. So it makes me want to get a manual now. And I didn't want the manual SOCOM before, and I really didn't want the automatic. Like, there was nothing about this that made me say I wanted to buy one. But evil homie BDB has learned that he really enjoys carrying this. Yeah, you only got the deep one side. But it's definitely a ripper when you get to that part. Whew, so sharp. So sharp. And I don't mind the serrations on a beef jerky defender. I'm not a big fan of serrations on my daily carry stuff. Like, I don't have any EDC knives that have any serration at all. I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure I have nothing with serration besides that knife. But it fits that design really well. Yeah, I don't see anything else with serrations. It's just not something I mess with usually. Your eyes usually drawn to the bigger knives? Yes, the Ramlock version has the MSI style clip. So it is tip up, as it should be. It is not the devil's anus of carry like this one is. This one is tipped down, the devil's anus of carry. The only reason that like it didn't disqualify this knife is because it actually tapers this way and this way. This pocket clip makes it sit beautifully in the pocket, and when I'm pulling it out, my thumb is on the button and ready to go. So it's the only reason that the tip down didn't disqualify this knife. Again, I never would have bought it. That would have disqualified my purchase. But now that I have it, Evil Homie BDB does like the way that it carries. But I really want the manual version with tip up. Yeah, the North Mountain Blades San My SLD Magic is so beautiful. This is the lucky dog. This is definitely built to be a worker. Very thick. And you can see the San My, you can see the core, the SLD Magic core running through the center with the jacketed steels on the outside. Just made for pure comfort and work. Sit down pocket clip is a no-go. For that knife, like you said, it's okay. Yeah, it fits this one knife. I only have one other knife in my collection that's tipped down, and it was a gift from Mrs. Deadly. And it's one I very rarely carry. It was one of my earliest USA blades, but it is the Scallion, the Kershaw Scallion, assisted and tip down. Also, massive billboarding. So this is one that doesn't get carried a whole lot, but I'll never get rid of it because it was a gift from Mrs. Deadly. But those are the only tip down collections. Over 100 knives. These are the only tip down knives. I have more knives without clips probably than I have tip down. Roger that, brother. Have a great rest of your birthday. Enjoy getting your candle blown out. Yeah, their San My SLD Magic is always beautiful. North Mountain Blade really does a fantastic job through Katsu for these. You know, also the San My on the Chop series looks beautiful. And of course, the BB&M. I operated automatic tip down once. It opened while sitting down and stabbed me right next to you, little homie. Bleeding like a pig, had to get 2 stitches. Never again tip down for me. That's it. That's fair enough. Fair enough. And that's the beautiful thing about the knife world. We can all love different things. And there's something for everybody. We don't have to like the same things. Cold Steel's doing a BOGO deal. Ooh. Sounds like a good time to get a Cold Steel. Only tip down I have some old Kershaws from before we knew better. Yeah, I do wish that this had a mounting spot. I'd rather not have a lanyard hole and have a mounting spot for a tip down clip. But, I mean, tip up clip. But so it goes. It works for this design, but it's not something I will purchase for any other knife. That's for sure. Again, I'm glad that I won this knife because I never would have checked it out. On some trappers? Ooh. Absolutely. Happy birthday to Gareth. Anybody have any awesome meals planned for tomorrow? Oh, we got some more pictures, it looks like. Here is a picture from our brother, Mitten State EDC. We got that Kershaw, 2 Kershaws with the belly there. We've got a T-Cal, and this is a knife that Keith the Knife Freak made, and our brother Mitten State put the scales on. He made the scales. That's his pocket jank. And I'm guessing this will be more of a tip when it's done. Or maybe that one is made to do double duty. Self-defense and self-massage. I don't know. But these, you guys know I love these Marlin spikes that he's doing. Mine should have been right there in the Ultim drawer. Did I? Oh, I had it in my pouch because I was carrying it on me. Which pouch was I carrying it in? That's what I got to remember now. I was going to show my Mitten State EDC Marlin spike, but I got to find the EDC pouch it was in. Where did I put that pouch when I took it out of my pocket? Thought it was right there. Oh, is it this one? Oh, this one has other tools. Oh, I know where it is. It's right freaking here. Right here. Here is my Ultim Marlin spike. It was directly next to my left. And the resin spikes that you can get from Mitten State EDC on the EDC roundtable all have the grooves to add even more traction. But you know I love NPE tools, non-permissive environment, or what I call the things that don't make the machine go beep. And evil homie BDB has made use of this one. Well, not made use of, but that has carried this in multiple environments. Yeah, Kubaton. The red and black one's going to be a Kubaton. The type of the ones that's going to be available through TCal. Hell yeah. Yeah, they are Kubatons. We call them Marlin spikes just to get away from calling it anything that it's associated with a weapon. And that's why some of them have a little bit of a tip, a little pokiness, just so you can call it a Marlin spike. But no, it's a, yeah, I mean, Kubaton. And he's going to be offering the red. So excited for it that TCal has picked these up and is going to be offering other mid-states products through TCal. That is so cool. Have a great day, Mick. Appreciate you hanging out, brother, and dealing with the internet issues. I hate Spectrum. So it goes. I'm robo mode right now. Hey, Mike, come on. There we go. I'm back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Makes sense. Makes sense. You can order them through the EDC Roundtable, and I don't think you can hear what I'm saying. Mid-State EDC has his own store on the EDC Roundtable, and you can get those as well as alls. You can get fire starters. You can get pocket jank. This is one of his alls with fat carbon and wood. Such a wicked little tool. But you can get all kinds of awesome handmade stuff on the EDC Roundtable. Yeah, it really is today, isn't it? It's decided it really wants to act up. The last time it was this bad, they were working in the neighborhood. I wonder if they're doing it again. I can't stand Spectrum. We're supposed to have nearly a gig speeds, and it's not even ever close. But what's worse, I could deal with the speed because it's enough. What's worse is the intermittent connection. That's way worse. Yeah, every time it freezes, you see a bunch drop off the stream. But so it goes. The real homies are still kicking it. Ooh, that's so shiny you almost saw my whole face. I'm still trying to figure out, but it seems like I'm most likely going to be rocking a bandana all day at Blade Show Atlanta. That way, if people want to get pictures, they can. Yours has been like that all day, too? Maybe it's a PNW thing. Yeah, I believe that I'll be rocking bandana the whole time at Blade Show Atlanta. At Blade Show West, I didn't, but there's a lot fewer people, and you know, I didn't take any pictures with anybody except for one, you know, a group picture with a couple of the homies, and they took my face out of it. So I'm probably gonna have a couple bandanas with me for pictures if anybody wants to come by the Pharaoh Monster booth at Blade Show and meet Mrs. Deadly and I. That's going to be awesome. Well, I mean, we'll be moving around, of course, too. We'll be going to the pit also, but Friday and Saturday, we'll be working that Fair Monster booth and hopefully showing off my next prototype. I'm so excited for that. I'm thrilled that Fair Monster is sponsoring our travel there and having us work for them Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a blast. Now we just got to figure out where we're staying. We can't decide if we want the hotel, if we want a hotel right there, or if we want an Airbnb. A lot of the folks that we would have recommended, or that we would have talked about possibly staying in an Airbnb together, aren't going this year. So we might just end up at the hotel. This thing is so nuts. I was really, really shocked by the ergos of the Factor. Because when you look at it, it doesn't look like the most ergonomic knife. It's got a lot going on. But I can definitely get a full forefinger grip back behind that choil. But when I choke up in here, my middle finger drops by that launch bar, and this just feels so good and locked in for such an oddly chunky knife. It's way more comfortable than I expected. So dope. I honestly, on this one, I don't know if I like the reverse flick better or using that titanium launch bar, because that's just fun. Oh, that ting. Oh, I love it. I will say, I fidget with this thing way too much. This is my constant fidget right now. Yeah, Spectrum is horrible. Horrible. But currently, at our address, they're really the only option. And we've had it for a few years now, and it's always been like this. Ziply Fiber is supposed to be coming to this neighborhood in the next couple of months. And like even the Verizon home internet, which my son has in Arizona, and he's been happy with the Verizon home internet. That's offered very close to me, but not at my address. Never mind, I'm back, says Mick. Ended up deciding not to get stuff done. Whoop. Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't checked the steel hardness lab to see if how many knives have been added since the last time. And I'm going to show you guys. I do have the site bookmarked, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to get to it. So if you go through Instagram, you can go through Taylor Hardness's page right here. And on his links, the Steel Hardness website is the interactive website, and then the Hardness database is the list of all of them. I am going to pop both up real quick, and then we're going to share a different screen. No, don't copy, just do it. Thank you. All right. We're going to share the screen real quick. Optimum Fiber. Verizon Fios was always supposed to be good. we're going to share the screen now. So this is what the database looks like. And it's listed mostly in alphabetical order. Some of the newer ones at the bottom probably aren't alphabetized. Yeah, the newer stuff hasn't been added up into the alphabetized spot yet. Another Chavez, Scapegoat, 3V at 59. That's better than what they're running their LMAX at. Another Ozark way down there. This thing, the Dark Oath Mini Piercer, we're going to talk about this knife in particular. I'm actually going to pop up Dark. I hate this. I don't know why it opened it in Edge. I never use this browser. So I want to talk specifically about this company. So Dark Oath Blades offers fixies, some with high carbon steels, and then some with what they call a 15N20 Damasteel. And they also said that's Damtanium. And if that's Damtanium, that's the worst cut of it. They're getting the scraps. But he shows these blades, right? And you're like, a 15N20 Damasteel with, I know it's probably not real camo carbon, but he calls it Damtanium camo carbon, for 150 is nuts, right? Well, you look over here, right here, and that Damascus tested out at 47.4 HRC. That thing is not going to take or hold an edge. Dark Oath was reached out to for comment and admitted he's buying Pachymascus steel. So those Dark Oath blades are made out of Pachymascus steel. And that's not a rumor. That Max Ace MagnaCut, Max Ace actually reached out to him after this result. And they're trying to find out why their testing showed 62. And they said, and they weren't jerks about it. They said they want to make it right. So they want to get to the bottom of it. Oh, finally, some American-made Dimcos. 62.5 on the MagnaCut, 61.4 on the M4. Not fantastic, but not horrible. All right, so we are going to go and look at CKF Evo. That's 90V at 60. See, Spyderco runs their Tenacious, and they're running their steels right. Chris Reeves, MagnaCut, 64.3. Let's go. So the Steel Hardness database, Steel Hardness Lab, 24 knives added in the last 3 days. I love this spot here. So you can just see what was added since the last time you were here. Oh, he finally tested the K390, and look at that. Love it. Spyderco continues to kill it. Not bad on the Urban EDC Asurus. Tolerable on the 20S. That's really not bad, especially for that large of a blade. That M4, not horrible, but I would like to see it higher. I'm glad Tack Knives M390's coming in looking good. Sabertooth at 59.5. That's that's in the acceptable range for S90B. Same with that Cormorant and S35. Now this is definitely low for 3V. We got EXO and LMAX at only 59. That's not impressive. This though, this is very bad on MagnaCut. And then this is just crap on his Pachymascus. Taylor and his homie are putting in that work, trying to keep companies as honest as possible. And I highly recommend checking all of this out. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. Go back to the comments and see what I missed. Starlink. I've wondered about Starlink's speeds. Thank you, Blue, for dropping the link to that steel hardness lab. Nice. See, I really want to stitch an automatic or a manual stitch. I really want an MSI and a mini MSI. Those are the top 3 Microtechs that I would like. I would also like a Hera 2. Kurt White, what's going on? Yeah, that K390. I haven't tried it at all. But I have to say, so far, the company that has impressed the most is Spyderco. It's also the company that he's tested the most of by far, by order. I mean, like multiple times more than any other company. And it's consistently great. Consistently great. You guys already know that there were more Spydercos on my Grail list and my wish list. But they all jumped up quite a bit higher after I saw the testing results that he's getting on Spyderco steel. They are, whether it's MagnaCut, M4, any of their steels that he's tested, always where we want to see them. The 15V is nuts. I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, I would really like to see their HRC. I do know that going forward, Sergio wants to send him knives before they come out so that he can check them out and verify. We're going to go to the database and pull up Kunwu. I'm going to show how to do that for anybody who hasn't used this site. So on the Steel Hardness Lab site, you come in on the dashboard and there is a lot of really cool things to see here. However, you go to the database and then you can search by brand, steel type, hardness range. So let's go Kunwu. I know he's done. Okay, the Chad and PM60, 68.2. Boom. That's fantastic. Fantastic. And I know he's going to be testing more from them. I really also am curious, like you, what their LMAX is running at. But I don't think it's going to be as soft as the Chavez LMAX. That's for sure. That's probably one of the numbers that surprised me the most, was how low the Chavez LMAX is at. And other Riot knives, unless you pay for the high hardness heat treat. Now, I still love this knife, and I still want more Chavez. But that was probably the number that, like, if I was going to say disappointed me, that would have been the one that did it the most. Yes, yes, we need people more than just Spyderco doing it right. ProTech, by the way, their numbers have also been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yep. That's what I said. Like that 59.5 on S90V, just fine. 59, even a high 58 on S35, just fine. LMAX, the sweet spot really is 60 to 62. But yeah, not every steel has to be over 60. But some steels are definitely, some companies are definitely running it way too soft. 58.5 is too soft on LMAX. It just is. I want to see if he's done any LMAX from Spyderco. We're going to pull up and just look at all LMAX that he's tested. See if there's more this time. Man, go away, Microsoft. See, I hate using Microsoft. I don't know why it opened in Edge, but I hate Microsoft. Let's look at Food and Home LMAX. SPK, Shiro, killing it. PSYOP, great. I think for the price that you're paying for these all should be over 60. Because 60 to 62 is really the sweet spot. I mean, that 62.2 is dope, but both of those are very small batch, nearly custom heat treats. I'm happy with this PSYOP. I'm disappointed that Riot can hit 61, 62, but you have to pay extra for it. I think I have all the Spyderco I'll ever need. Here's why it disappoints me, Dale. It's not because it's going to make a massive difference in my use. And I've said it several times. I still love this knife. I'm still going to get more. And I was asked if this made me say that I wouldn't recommend it. Absolutely not. If you like Chavez, if you like the designs, I still highly recommend the knife. Where I have a problem, Dale, is that there's two options with Riot. You can get the heat treat that this got, or you can pay extra for each blade to get the high HRC heat treat. That shouldn't be an option. Especially at the prices when you're over $200 and up, stuff like that. It should automatically get the best heat treat they could provide. My problem is that they offer a subpar heat treat option. My problem isn't that, I'm not going to carry and use a knife. Of course, I'm still going to carry this. I love this knife. And it's not going to stop me from getting more Chavez and LMAX. It's just, I don't. But it should be treated to the best of Riot's ability. That's where I have an issue here, Dale. I've said it many times. I can get by just fine with D2, with 154 CM, with 14C. Hell, I can even use Nitro V. I'm not a fan of it, but I can even use Nitro V. My usage typically isn't hard. And if I am going to do harder cutting, I use a fixed blade or something like this, or my beef or my 8015. But most of my usage, I'm not a hard user. I'm a knife collector who carries a lot of knives. I cut things every chance I get. I love using knives, but I'm not what I would consider a hard user. I can get by just fine with budget steels. If I'm paying for a super steel, one, it should be the steel that's advertised at. And two, especially if I'm buying from a premium brand, I expect it to have the best heat treat they can do. Not because I have to have it, but because I'm paying for it. That's my thing. I've seen him say the exact opposite. I've seen him say it should be higher. I've seen him say 60 to 62 on like a fixie and 62, 64 on a folder. Or read it on his site some point. Also, I am interested to see the upcoming LMAX from Aristeel because Larry Thomas is saying that it's better than the Crucible MagnaCut because Aristeel has a much more advanced and refined particle metallurgy process. And they're able to produce it at a much higher quality than Crucible could. So I'm really interested to see that. I'll say this, if you advertise any knife at 58 to 60 on MagnaCut, nobody's going to buy it. I just hope that we get more and more independent testing, not because I think companies are scamming us, but just as a way to help keep everything honest. And I hope that things like the steel hardness lab lead to companies looking at what they're doing and improving their process. Like I said, MaxAce reached out to him and they're trying to figure out why his results are different from theirs. According to him, it's because of their machine, the machine that they showed him a picture of. But they, MaxAce didn't like that number that he got on their MagnaCut. They want to figure it out and they want to get it right. At least that's what they said in their messages on his Reddit. So, and Kunwu is down to work with them already. I want to see more companies use independent labs. I'm not just saying Taylor, though I really appreciate what he's doing and I like the dude. I want to see them use independent labs to verify what they're doing. Exactly. It's all about info. It's it. And I don't know everything, dude. Not even close. Not even close. And sometimes I'm freaking wrong. But I try to share all the information that I have with y'all. And then it's up to each one of us to make the best purchase decisions for ourselves. And the number one piece of advice I can still come back to is buy what you love. Buy what makes you happy. If you have a knife that makes you freaking happy, you're really not going to give a damn what the HRC is on it. You're just going to love using the knife. Buy a knife, buy knives that make you happy is the most important thing. Yes, do better than you did. Exactly. Just improve. I want to see these companies look at this and see where they can improve. Take it easy, homie. Have a great day. Yeah, no safe queens. I'm a knife collector first, but I carry every one of them that I use. I don't collect them because I just want to have a knife. I want to use every blade I have. Sometimes it means that, I carry multiple folders and a fixie, at least one fixie. Sometimes it means that I've got a couple $100 in knives on me because I've got a bunch of badass budget bangers. Sometimes I've got a couple of grand on me. And I love carrying both. I love carrying and using my knives. I'm not an outdoor hard user, but I use my knives every freaking day. Roger Baker, what's up, my man? What's up? I appreciate you, Dale Lane, and I appreciate you sharing the information that you're seeing right there on the website. So, appreciate y'all. It is a good argument to stick to companies like Spyderco and ProTech and such. Have a blessed day and a wonderful Easter, my friend. Take it easy and have a killer rest of the weekend. Yeah, this one trips me. It trips me out. It's such a different looking, different acting, and yet it feels so natural. That you just barely pull this back and it releases. You can't open it that way because the magnet's holding it in. You can launch it or flick it. But it's just such a different knife and yet done so well. And it's a user. It's made to use. Summit Karma, what's up? Welcome. Been hard using knives my entire life. Sharpened mud, fire steel, 1095 to Magna Cut. Yay. When I was in the service or even before becoming disabled, I use knives a lot harder than I do. Now I use them often, but it's not typically hard use. Yeah, isn't it though? I am truly blessed that Mr. Mouse DSKFS this. Robert Bates, what's up? Robo's back. Yeah, killer knives. Well, folks, I have had a blast today, and I'm going to be staying on top of the Tools for Gents / Tuya drama. Anything else that I get from that, I will share with you guys. I also plan to do another video on just the Tuya situation without Bark River in it. But I hope you guys know I really appreciate y'all spending almost 3 hours with me today. I hope everybody has a blessed Easter weekend for sure. And don't forget to check out the Knife Tube schedule because we have so many lives this weekend that you don't want to miss. Shout out to everybody who hung out and chatted today. I love y'all. And until next time, Cripple Crew, stay safe, stay frosty. Most importantly, Cripple Crew, stay freaking deadly.